Hey everyone, Countless Worlds has had a few updates since I last made a video, and I wanted to first apologize for the misreading of this statement here, since the devs have changed their wording to a less confusing statement, but I still misread it as a playtest release. The game will be coming out in full eventually, instead of a playtest, and hopefully soon, but progress outside of that has been pretty cool. They got an original soundtrack now, which you can hear in the background. So hopefully no more Binding of Isaac music and Pumpkin, or me getting copyright claim for making playthroughs. They also got this cutscene for Prince Crab, with my boy deceased there, and it looks great. If this means we're getting more cutscenes for other bosses like the Stone Mender, Queen Bee, and Pumpkin, I'm happy for it. One thing is unknown though, is I want to point out the end symbol at the bottom right. It is supposed to be a guild system per the previous edition, but this looks like an itempedia or a bestiary, something they promised they would add in my previous CW video. Crabs don't have vocal cords, so they can't make this roar. There's also a new drip check, which Scooter has been working very hard on. You see, these boots, these were also shown in my last video, so yeah, I'm gonna be watching Scooter's image history from now on. And speaking of Scooter, he's been posting a few things on Twitter. We got this cool blossoming golem gear, including a hammer, a glove, and whatever this is. We also got some of the new models of old items and necklaces. And I don't recognize this necklace. Let me know what you think that necklace is in the comments. And finally, the main reason I made this video is this poll about essences. You can read through them yourself in this poll section of the Discord, but essentially it's races that were in Deep Pokemon Button CW. This sounds pretty cool on paper, but I think it will play out unforgiving. Let me explain. The only reference on what an essence will look like is this essence of the Protector, which gives multiple stats directed at defense and health. This makes me believe that there will be other essences which affect damage, luck, XP, and other stats, which are very situational. CW isn't just about fighting. I would need XP for when I level up, luck when I'm searching random chests, and so on. And having to spend Robux for re-rolling a race would be pretty frustrating for those who min-max, or for those going for a meta. Yes, crowns can be found in-game, but that's besides the point. An easy fix would be having essences as an item slot and gambling crowns on different essences, but still keeping the old essence that you get at the start of the game. The main reason they are adding this is due to monetization options for CW, and that's fine. But one thing I'm not okay with is what they said they would add a while ago, which was the buff bombs. And I don't agree with this. I know this will be used by pay-to-wins in private servers, stacking levels at insane rates, and only be used there. And I would know I'm probably going to be the person doing that. And this bomb thing has an easy fix. First of all, I would limit stacking of the bombs. I would also make them last a long time so they don't have to be repetitive, and also being only able to use them in public servers so that everyone can get that effect. If some of these additions are added, it'll be great. And this, of course, will reduce the amount of sales of each of the additions, so maybe it's not a solution. But it's a suggestion, and I'm not a developer, so I don't really know too much. And speaking of suggestions, I got a few suggestions for some of the essences they might add. We already have an Essence of Protector, so I'm gonna make it an offset of that and make a few more I like it. The Essence of Madness, 3% lifesteal, 5% speed, and 10% XP gained from fights. Next is the Essence of Business, 5% gold, 3% luck, and 10% extra buffs from bombs. Next is the Essence of Gunpowder, plus 5 damage from weapon abilities, minus 5% damage from magic enemies, and plus the Gunpowder Barrel ability, which essentially you can use gunpowder map traversal and throw it at enemies. Next is the Essence of the Sea, which gives you 20% swimming speed, 10% fishing XP, and a 5% chance to apply wetness on enemies, which slows down enemy attacks. It doesn't stack and lasts for 7 seconds. Next is the Essence of Seduction, 10% gold at the recycle machine, 10% chance to buy an item for free, and plus 5 health regen. Pretty standard. Next is the Essence of the Magician, negative 5% cooldown on abilities, plus 5 mana regen, and plus 50% mana and health from defeating enemies, so you'll always refill to full after a battle. Next is the Essence of Quartz, definitely not biased or anything, plus 5% chance to not use mats when crafting, plus 5 jump, and plus 30% increased effect damage like fire and poison. Finally, we have the Essence of Dusk, which is the 10% buffs from consumables, 10% damage at night, and plus 10% mining speed. And finally, I went through some of the old dev messages for like the past month or two, and I found a few things that I want to share, most of which are no longer in the game, but I felt the need to include them anyways. We got some pretty cool things, and I don't know why I'm the only one doing this, and the devs have actually unofficially said, we got quartz for that, so yeah, that's the thing. And I think that's it. I think I covered everything. What's that? When's the release? Like, I know. I don't want to bother the devs anymore showing random release dates and just predicting that will happen then, because a lot of people watch this vid and expect the devs to, you know, commit on some of the things I say, which should not be at all. Let them work their passion project, guys. It'll come eventually, and I can promise it'll be great, and I've said this 1,000 times before. So if the devs release it during early summer, I would not be surprised. They got a lot of things that they want to add, and everything is looking so much better from everything I've shown here. And I'll see you guys in the next update video, I guess. Bye-bye.